Hi guys, getting ready here. I will try to. Alright, I'll just type something quickly. Can you hear me? Alright, we'll talk about it, guys. I just want to make sure everyone can. If someone can post, please, in the chat, guys. Is the sound okay? Is picture okay? Alright, so looks like I got the Jordan. Okay. Someone was saying that the sound is not good, but now sound is okay. So which one is it? All right, guys. I think we will be getting ready. And let me just, I want to scroll down to the chat more and open this window. Okay. It's 6:55. We still have 5 minutes, and in those during these 5 minutes, we'll wait basically for the other guys to log in, and I will take the first few questions, and then we'll move to the main subject. As you can see, I got the Arsenal SLR 104 ready. We'll talk about the trigger ALG trigger issues and all that good stuff. We'll talk about the MOAT and MOAT situation and the imports from the MOAT. The FIME group just posted update on the situation, and I'll read it to you what they posted, and then I'll give you my take on this and where we going with it and how this is going to pan out in my eyes. And then I have also the few bullet points which we'll address, so it's going to be interesting. All right, someone is asking why no AKs in 3-gun shooting competitions. I have seen the guys running AKs. It's probably easier to run the 545 because in some competitions you're shooting up to 500, 600 yards. So, with that being said, it's easier to shoot at the extended ranges with the 545 versus 7.62 because the 545 gives you more forgiveness on the trajectory and on the range estimations. As you know, with 7.62 by 39, you have to be almost dead on with the range estimations because you're doing that rainbow-like trajectory. And what is happening in that situation, that's why some people are rolling with 545. But yes, I have seen the 545s AKs in the competition, so it's not really, it's not as popular. The AR is it's the United States, so AR will be always the first hand choice for many people in the US. So that's nothing surprising. All right, 3 more minutes. Rap, what do you think of AK and AR pistols? I honestly do not. If you wanna go that route, I would rather have the SBR set up than the pistol, because even okay, if you got the brace per latest ruling from ATF, of course you cannot shoulder the brace, and I understand, like, for the average guy, the ATF is not going to stand behind you every time when you're using it, and you can run it with the brace. But the pistol size, it's nice to have something to support against your shoulder when you're shooting. Nobody's going to use AK and shoot like this. I mean, that's pointless. So either, if you don't want to go SBR route, and I understand this because people don't want to deal with the ATF paperwork, but then have a brace, then just be careful how you're using it. Don't get caught. That's the basic saying. All right, what is your thoughts on the DDI selling to Palmetto? Basically, what happened was the Palmetto State Armory at the end of the year officially acquired the DDI, and there was not enough steam left in the DDI to continue moving forward. In this current market, what you're seeing, I think so probably it was a good thing for the DDI. at least the owner, someone made money on it, right? Because you see that a lot of sales just went down. As a matter of fact, I think I have seen the DDI rifles right now in one of the distributors on sale for like $749. So as you know, they started with $999, and look what the people are doing. So for the long run, Palmetto State Armory has resources and money and deeper packets to dump that money to the DDI and to basically continue the brand. Everything move out to South Carolina, so there's no more rifles being made in Tennessee. All that is gone. So whatever the Tennessee made receivers or rifles put up together are at this distributors. When they will be sold out, I'm suspecting that the new receiver will have the new location markings, and we'll see how they will do with the quality and everything. That's an open question at this point. All right, guys, the main thing, it's 7 o'clock, so we are boom kicking out the live stream. Welcome. I see we got a lot of people watching. That's awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. The FIME Group just released the statement, and let me read this to you. Basically, what they are saying, FIME Group has made an official statement about the Moat situation. There have been some apprehension over Moat's financial situation. Moat owes a lot of money. It is sad to hear of this issue due to their prestige in the firearm industry. They are Russia's best, and our thoughts are with the company and the employees. We are concerned for the future shipments of the Moat firearms and availability. FIME Group can only guarantee the inventory we have on hand and the stock at the distributors. So that has been posted like maybe 2 hours ago by the FIME Group. Here's my honest take on the whole situation in regards to the imports of the Vapors. As you know, the Moat produces Vapors, and the Vapors are imported right now by the FIME Group. So you have to remember that I think since 2013 the Moat was in the bankruptcy, so that's no new news. But however, right now it looks like at some point, maybe in March, their assets will be auctioned off to pay off the creditors or debt owners, and there is a lot of talk that the manufacturing arm for the firearms division will be acquired by the Kalashnikov concern. Now, why this may be a bad thing, why the people are saying that this may impact the imports of the Moats, because as you know, there are sanctions against Kalashnikov concern in place, which are preventing the import of anything made by Kalashnikov concern. Now, that being said, guys, please remember that the Moat was the only Russian manufacturer who was shipping out the rifles to United States as of right now. And domestic sales in Russia for Moat are dead. They basically don't sell anything. The market is very, very slow. They cannot sell to Europe as well. So that the USA is the only profitable branch of sales for that company. Now, as you know, Kalashnikov cannot sell any longer rifles to United States, and Kalashnikov is in a dire situation of looking for the market, because the USA market was very good for them as well. I will say this: the Russians are not stupid, guys. They're not going to slaughter cut the throat for the cash cow. And they will do everything what they can. This could be hidden in the bureaucratic paperwork. The Kalashnikov concern, please remember, it has the private shareholders and the government shareholders, right? The government has the shares of the Kalashnikov concern. But the idea is, I think so what's going to happen, the officially nothing will change, at least till the next presidential election in Russia, which is in 2018. But what you're going to see, there will be some under the table deal, hidden paperwork or spread out paperwork to keep the Moat Firearms division going and exporting those rifles to United States. Why? Because nobody is stupid. Okay, they want to continue to do the business, and this is the only profitable branch right now, which brings some money back to the pie. So that being said, the importers, maybe they would like to spark the sales a little bit, generate a little bit of controversy, and basically the statement from Fime Group says nothing. Okay, it's like, well, they are in danger. We don't know what's going to happen, but we cannot guarantee everyone and anything. And they probably would like to say, and bye, 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 bye. Okay, I would say honestly, if I would have to bet my money on it, I would say for the next 12 months, nothing will change. Nothing. Nobody in Russia will take a political risk. There is a lot of people working for the Moat, and nobody, even Putin, will not risk it to go to that degree and lay off people and workers out of the work, because he doesn't need to have the riots on the streets. Okay, so that's my personal take on this. And if you love rumors, if you like to speculate about something, I'll give you this as something to think about it. As I said, it looks like Kalashnikov, one way or another, will acquire the assets for the Moat Firearms Division. And if Kalashnikov is smart, if you guys are listening in Russia, from Kalashnikov concern, why not to use the Moat to import the rebranded Saigas to United States? All right, and keep continuing pushing your rifles from Izmash with the Moat stamp of manufacturing to United States. Just something to think about it. All right, and I will leave it at this. This is my honest take, guys, on the current situation regarding the Vapor imports. And I would basically say, don't panic. I do not see the reason to panic. Can situation change? I think so. We will be in more danger if suddenly the new sanctions will be dropped on Russia from the U.S. perspective, then because of the bankruptcy and what's going on with the Moat of Vapor. Can the situation change? Yes, it can. As of right now, I do not see this happening. If something will change, immediately I will go online and I will let you know, okay? And this is the feedback which I'm getting, not from the US, but basically deep from the Russia, guys. So take it for whatever it is worth. All right. What else we have to talk about it? What I got on the agenda, guys? ALG triggers a situation. So basically, this is I disassembled the trigger group in this Arsenal SLR 104. If you guys watched the video 5,000 rounds series, you know that we were talking about the trigger, and I'll try to bring in here. You see that rivet, which is I painted that rivet on red, and so it's a little bit better visible. Hopefully you can see it on the camera. And that rivet is holding the trigger guard basically. But what's happening with the ALG triggers on some Arsenal rifles, but this is not exclusive to the Arsenal rifles. It is also, you can see, I have seen the Wasars with it, Saigas, and so on. Basically, when you drop in the ALG trigger, it has that very long, here you can see it better, it has that very long disconnector end over here, and that disconnector, when it's cycling, it's hitting the rivet from that trigger guard. And so there were some cases when the rivets were very weak and they just fall out. But there were also the cases when the disconnector got broken and basically a piece was gone. So what I did when we started the 5,000 rounds, on this rifle, I trimmed down the disconnector end so it clears the rivet. So imagine that this is the rivet, and there was a clearance. The disconnector was not hitting the rivet. Now, some of you were saying that this created the trigger slap. because basically right now the disconnector was bottoming out on the quickly, on the reset from the motion of the bolt carrier, and you were getting that nasty push forward from the trigger. This is absolutely possible because, as I said again, now this end was bottoming out and was springing back and pushing the trigger forward. So to combat this, I forgot to tell this in the video for the 5,000 rounds, I have profiled, as you can see at that surface over here, I profiled it and I took some material out. I will put it on the side like this. Hopefully you can see it. This is where I took that material off with the Dremel tool to create more room for that end to maneuver, and I don't have any trigger slap. Alright, so this is basically how it's looking in the correct position, and this is where I took the material from with the Dremel tool to create more room for that disconnector when it actuates up and down, and I don't have a trigger slab on my Arsenal SLR 104. The situation, what the ALG was recommending to do, the ALG was recommending basically to trim down the rivet with the Dremel tool, but for me, if I'm using any accessories or I'm dropping in the triggers or something like this, I rather would modify the trigger, safety or whatever, and leave the basic rifle alone. And that's what's happening with some of the ALG triggers and the rifles. And that's basically, guys, that's the beauty of AK. Unfortunately, it's a beauty and the curse. There is not. We don't have like there is a written spec for all these rifles, but unfortunately everyone is running on their own, and what we got here in the United States, it's even worse because of all the mixture, because of the 9922R and all the importation laws and limitations. So it is a little bit of wild west compared to like CONBLOC countries, former CONBLOC countries, and how they were running the things. But again, I would never modify the rifle to fit the accessory. I would modify the accessory to fit into the rifle. And as I said, it's a beauty and the curse of AK. Get very familiar with the file, with the hammer, with the screwdriver, and the Dremel tool when you deciding to jump into the AK, world, because this is not the AR where you basically use a simple wrench, maybe few fixtures to hold up the receiver, and it's like Lego blocks. Both systems have very cool features, and it's a pleasure to work on them both. But I will tell you that the AK will push you more as far as being a handyman and tweaking with the tools, so you will have more fun. So that's the situation about the ALG triggers. And as I said, this trigger went through the 5,000 rounds. Nothing happened. There's no damage on the rivet. Perfectly fine. The only issues I had was with the bolt carrier tail end, and but that's not really, after the 5,000 rounds, guys. That's not an issue for me. If you will look at how this all end up, and you see there is a deformation on the tail, but it's nothing. I have seen some tails deformed by the Tapco triggers, and they were split in half and like expanded on the sides. So what's happening later on when this is happening? Why that deformation is not good? Basically, the recoil spring, the bolt carrier gets jammed inside the recoil spring, and it's not cycling. So this is why you have to keep watching for the tail and to observe the situation. And the easiest fix, one of the easiest fixes is basically you have to reprofile the trigger hammer. There is that stupid hump on the trigger, which if you look at the trigger hammer top, it looks like this, and it has that hump, the sharp hump. So what I'm doing, I'm taking the Dremel tool and I'm profiling like it's nice and nicely arched, and like a slop. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have to say about the ALG trigger. If you have any questions, please email me ak74ski@comcast.net. I will type this in here so you guys can see it. And if you have any questions, let me know. That's my, whoa, I forgot AK. That's AK74SKI at Comcast.net for more questions on this subject. All right, so we knock out the ALG trigger. We did talk about the MOAT. Let me dive in. Let me pause for a second, and I'll dive in to your questions. We'll pick her up. Do you know exactly when Arsenal went to the new trigger on their rifles, as with 107 and 104? Excellent question. So my new 107 are shipped with the new trigger, but I'm also getting a feedback from guys who are picking up the Vepr FM rifles right now from the FIME group, that Vepr FM 47, and they saying that they getting the new triggers on those Vepr rifles. I think so. It's only from this month, from since February, when they started implementing the new triggers, new trigger fire control groups into those rifles. So everything what is released by the FIME group, as of right now, it looks like they do have the new triggers in place. And by the way, this is my favorite Vepr FM 47. The best beast still lives. All right, so hopefully that answers your question about the new fire control groups. All right. Rob, you said RPK may come in August. Speculated if it will be RPK 74 or 47. I have absolutely no idea. This was the feedback from the FIME group. I had from the guys, and also from the MOAT side. They said, "Hey, we ready, right? If there will be a demand for it." But as with everything at the SHOT Show, guys, you have to take it with the grain of salt. I cannot tell you how many promises and new products I have seen at the SHOT Show, and when the reality checks in, we got nothing, right? Or you wait a year and another year, and so it's like I like the SHOT Show and I hate the SHOT Show. Goes both ways, and there is a hope that the RPK will be imported back. In what caliber? Be my guest. I honestly don't know. Judging from what they think about the US market, it is a great chance it will be 7.62 by 39. All right. Someone is saying I can't see anything. So guys, can you see me? Okay. All right, what else? How difficult is to get RPK handguards in US to replace on Vepr? It's not difficult at all. I have seen already the few online places which are already importing them, and you got even original wooden handguards, the short ones for the RPK, and they are just crazy, and they the prices were way over $100 for just the front handguards. So it is what it is. At this point, the Vepr isn't as popular yet. However, I know that there are a few manufacturers who are already having the accessories for the Vepr rifles. So hope is coming. The cavalry is coming, and stand by, guys. The situation will improve on the accessories for the Vepr. All right. Does JMac stock adapter fit the Vepr folding stock model? I honestly don't know. This is something what you have to check with the JMac Customs. I cannot answer it to that. Say something in Polish. Pozdrowienia dla wszystkich, którzy oglądają z Polski. Are you going to be stacking the Goatfucker combo with primary arms 545 by 3x optic? The only reason why I do not include the optic in our AK Operators Union store is because the numbnuts did not remove the space. I mean, when you got the base of the optic, you do not have a removable spacer like they did on the 7.62 by 39. So what is happening with that 3x scope, which is excellent scope, by the way, what is happening with 3x scope, that scope grows higher away from the receiver. and that creates the situation that then you need the cheek riser and so on and so on. So what happened was I did talk to the people at Primary Arms. I pointed this out to them and I told them that there is a strong demand for those excellent 3x scopes which people are using on the 545 rifles, but because of the way how you have roll out the outside body of the scope, it's kind of difficult to mount them on the AK. So basically, they are aware of the problem. They promised to address it. If it's going to happen, I have no clue. But at least they are aware of the problem. All right. What else? Ford or Chevrolet. I'm staying out of this fight, guys. There's no correct answer to that question. All right. Let me go back to my list. Okay, nitride versus chrome barrels. Guys, I can only give you the feedback which I have from my own experience, and I did run extensively some of the barrels which were nitrided on a 7.62 by 39, and of course then I'm using the chrome line barrels as well. And from my observations, from what I'm seeing, both barrels will serve you, if the barrel is from the good source, it will serve you easily 12, probably 15,000 rounds. Okay, the difference what I noticed was when the barrel crap, that was actually, I'm sorry, it was on a 545 by 39, 545 by 39, not 7.62, 545 by 39 barrel. What happened was the accuracy dropped down on the nitride barrel like overnight. It was no signs. It was good, and then boom, just like airplane, in flames. When with the chrome line barrels, you will see a gradual drop in accuracy. So it's not like over the cliff. You will see, it will be a progressing, and that's the sign that hey, I have to start thinking about changing the barrel. So that was the only the difference I have seen. The chrome line barrel, there is a feeling that it will serve you longer. However, I think so that the nitride barrels are giving the chrome line barrels the run for the money. If the chrome line barrels, they have a huge advantage on handling full auto. But unless you have the correct manufacturing license, you're not going to run your rifle in a full auto, right? So this is what it is, guys. But basically, this was my only observation I had on this, and it was kind of surprising. Like I said, literally, I switched the magazines, and boom, accuracy was gone. All right. What else? Oh my gosh, 545 versus 7.62, ups and downs for both rounds. All right, I will tell you right away that personally, I will take the 545 39 over 7.62 by 39 all day long. That's not even a question for me. You have a less recoil. You have the more powder in that shell. Rounds are flying faster. With the good surplus ammo 7 and 6, you clocking at almost 3,000. It's at 2,950 feet per second, and that's huge, especially at the extended ranges, because what's happening is that round is because of the speed, you have more forgiveness versus your wind. Also, the 545 flies in the flatter trajectory. As I told you this over and over again, guys, with 7.62 by 39, what's happening because of the low speed of the round, and on average you're starting with 2,300 feet per second. So what's happening? You're shooting rainbows, right? And that brings the subject of range estimation. You have to be a dead on with the range estimation past 300 yards, because you have less and less window to miss, basically, and because of the way how the bullet flies on target. Literally, guys, I captured the footage from the spotting scopes when I was shooting at it was 500 yards, and you should see the angle the bullet hits the target. It's crazy. I literally, it flies like this. It drops from the sky and flies like this. So what is happening, if you will look at the target, your target will be like this. If your range estimation is to, you are off by the few yards, you will hit at the front of the target. Or if you are, range estimating too far, then you will fly over the target because of, the incorrect readout on the range estimation. Because there's really the angle of that bullet, how it drops, is just insane and crazy. And that was just only like 500 yards. And I'm doing this. You can hit the targets at 500 yards, no problem, but you will have less forgiveness on the range estimation versus 545. That's not the end of the story. Also, because of the loss of speed, the 7.62 by 39 is more prone to the wind swings, and you have to be really good at the reading out the wind and what's happening at those extended ranges. Everything past 300, even at 300 you have to start watching for the wind, but everything especially past 300 you have to start paying attention to range and to wind. That being said, 545, it's a very light round, right? It's a light bullet, so the wind is affecting that round as well. But you have, what I'm trying to tell you guys, you have more room for errors. And someone may say, well, this doesn't mean that much because this is not that much. But if you will think about it, in the stressful situations, what's happening, so you have some error for the range estimation, you have some error for the wind, then you're not going to shoot perfectly fine, you're going to commit some mistakes there. You probably are going to commit the mistakes when you're pulling the trigger, and if you will pile up all these little errors, suddenly it becomes a huge foobar, and then you're watching that round flying somewhere else, and it's like, what the hell happened here? So I always prefer to have more forgiveness, and you want to have the equipment which will offer to you the best chance of scoring a hit. So, and that being said, within the 300, the 7.62 by 39 does a phenomenal job, but do not underestimate 545. If you will, even on the Google, if you will Google some pictures of what the 545 can do to human body, is just absolutely nasty. All right. So that's my honest take. If I every time when I have a chance to choose, I will roll with the 545 by 39, and that includes also the penetration of the barriers, guys. I shoot, a lot of targets and compare how they react to the rounds, and I will tell you that the 545 can penetrate the wood and sandbags very, very well. Okay, that's a scary round. All right. Hello from Iraq. Okay, that's nice. Hello. Favorite 7.62 magazine. Guys, I'm a big fan of the surplus magazines. The surplus magazines, if you hunt for the prices, you can find them. The place, like I said, AIM Surplus, $9.99 per magazine. From the new ones, I'll shock you. I really like the Pimax Gen 3. The Pimax I'm using, they took tremendous beating, and they still holding up. Even with the, yes, if you will drop the magazine PMAC on the lips to the concrete floor, yes, it will break. Yeah, I mean, not break, but crack. But guess what? They feed even with cracked lips on the top. So, but every time when you got a chance, try to score the surplus magazines, and they basically work, right? There's nothing wrong with those surplus magazines. SLR 104 accuracy test, read or when. Look, I'm still waiting for the solution. This is the SLR 104. See, I'm still waiting for the solution for that longer stock. And as soon as I will have this, we'll revise the accuracy test and we will roll it out. But as of right now, I'm still waiting. I do not have the good solution, and this stock is too short for me. We may work something out, but it's going to happen. I promise you guys, and I'm going to deliver. Okay, because here we deliver. All right. Uh, Rob, can we see AK mod test? Oh boy, here, guys. Speaking about the mod test, I remember that I was, I think, in Range Time TV video when they did the mod test on AK and AK crop out, and they did on AR, and the AR cruised, and it was all good. Guys, just like with the Scent Tornado test, there is a lot of random elements happening, and you can get some pretty good average. I honestly, like in the Scent Tornado test, I expect rifle to go through at least 8 to 10 rounds before cropping out, before jamming, right? But the reality of the situation is what happens with the mod test, guys. I can disable both AK and AR with the 1 grain of sand. I shit you not. I can do one day, I can do the video. I will use the 1 grain of sand and I will disable both rifles. So all it takes is it's a little bit of the luck, all right? And in that all those mod tests and everything, uh, and even as I said this numerous times about the Scent Tornado test, take it with the grain of salt. What matters to me, guys, because shit happens. The people will tell you, oh, you should keep your rifle clean, right? Or you should never drop the rifle. I honestly, I had the feedback under the videos like this. You should never drop the rifle. That's totally unacceptable, guys. I have seen one of my soldiers coming out from the chopper. He tripped, went face down. He tried to protect the rifle. To his credit, he had that, but you're a little bit lower. But he was rushing out. He tripped. He went face down from the chopper, and even he was trying to hold the rifle away from the ground. Still, the force of the fall and everything, he smacked the rifle on the ground, and then he got the bruises, cut his chin and everything. But that's regardless. But what I'm trying to tell you is a shit happens. Okay, shit happens. The rifles do fall on the ground, you like it or not, from the various situations. And I think so. And at that point, you find yourself that your rifle went to the mud or something because of the situation or whatever happened. What counts for me is now when I'm removing that rifle back from the mud or from river, how fast I can bring back that rifle, that weapon, to the working condition, and what it takes for the rifle to start cycling. This is what counts, all right? And if you will look at the bare bone components of the AK rifle, and you got the easier access, you can literally clean the AK in the stream if you have to, flush it out the mud and everything, and that rifle will be working out fairly quickly. You can get it back online. With M4 you have to watch out a little bit more. You have to spend a little bit more work because of the design of the chamber and of that sealed off receiver. The sealed off receiver is awesome when it manages to keep everything, dirt and everything out. But when you're unlucky and you get to that point that the dirt went to the chamber, boom, you gotta spend more time, and it's a little bit more difficult to clean it out. All right, so that's kind of like extended answer on the question between what I think about the math tests and all these tests. All right. There was a question. Rapsky, why all the hate for the TAPCO mags? I do not hate on the TAPCO guys. The TAPCO magazines, they do work, but they are they are not reinforced magazines. At least the ones I had, they were just the polymer magazines. So you have to be aware that probably during the situations when you will drop the rifle with fully loaded magazine, you may have a broken locking tab, and what's going to happen, the magazine will be falling out from the rifle. Other than this, they fit, they work, they don't look sexy. They came up with this horrible like fake backlight color, which I think so look like a poop. But other than this, they are good range magazines. You know, it's not like I hate the TAPCO magazines. They are just like, if you can buy the surplus magazines still at the price we got, you know, why bother, right? But if you have them, use them. I mean, really, for the range back, it doesn't matter. All right. Hi. Man, I miss out today on the Definitive Arms DAKM 4150 on Atlantic Firearms website. I was a couple minutes too late, but I got me thinking about the price. Do you think the DAKM 4150 is worth $1,189? Guys, as for the quality of the work from the Definitive Arms, the quality of the work is outstanding. I had you can go back to the video which we did from manufacturing the AK, and you see what their rifles, what kind of steps their rifles go through at that manufacturing facility, and what they do with the quality control and everything right there. So you can see it, and they really do this, right? I know that for the DAKM 4150 they were using the really cool Polish parts kits, and these were awesome rifles. Is it worth it? 1,000, you know, and $200. I remember they started at 900 something. With I think this model was with that fancy wood, so I'm guessing that the addition of the wood, you know, increased the price. And I will tell you this: if you want to have a really nice AK, which you know will be straight and it's going to work forever, go for it. You know, if I would have the money, I would probably buy for $1,000. I would probably buy another DAKM 4150. This is, by the way, look, I do have my DAKM 4150 with the Polish wood, and I absolutely love this rifle, and it's working like a sewing machine. This baby just keeps choking the lead and pushing everything down the range, and it's a very accurate rifle, and I couldn't be more happy than this. And you know, for me, I really like what they do and how they do it. It's really very cool what Chase is doing on the side of Definitive Arms. But also, you know, I know that they ran out of the parts kits, and you know, that was I don't think so. That I think that what Atlantic did, they just found out in the inventory something what was shipped to them last year, and they just posted for sale right now. So I don't know the full story about what happened there, but that's what I'm guessing was. Speaking about Polish rifles or Polish wood, guys, I want to let you know, this is the Polish wood on this rifle, and we do have, I was able to secure, and I just posted this in our store. If you will go to the store, we have the Polish wood kits with together. The full kit contains the stock, the lower handguard, the upper handguard, and the awesome Bakelite pistol grip. All right, all these are original from the FB. Well, camera here, from FB Radom. So they're original surplus kits in the mint condition. Really, they were unissued, unused. The stock is from WBP, using the same, you know, wood and everything. You got the trapdoor for the basically assembled by WBP. This is the trap door for the cleaning kit and everything. And look, these are virgin kits, guys. These are virgin kits, so you have to, you know, you can line up them perfectly, drill your own holes, and use the screws. But those kits are available right now on the website, and you know, if you're looking for the nice wood set, you knock yourself out. Those kits are there, and it's going to look like this. This is my pride. See, I'm using the grip tape from the tennis racket. If someone is wondering what is that black thing on the rifle, so I just wanna, you know, connect what a nice segue to the wood. That was a good question about the DAKM 4150. All right. What else we got? Let me cross a few things out. Guys, quickly, there is a rush of petitions, right? Everyone is seeing them all over the Facebook and Instagram, whatever. I know they are a little bit annoying, those petitions, guys, but and I know in some cases they have absolutely president has nothing to do with it. So, but what it does when you sign in that petition, what it does on our end, it basically brings attention to the problem, right? So if we'll generate enough noise, maybe someone will finally start looking to it. But if we cannot get the basic, the requirement of 100,000 signatures, what is that telling you about the millions and millions of the firearms owners? So yes, they are annoying. Okay, yes, I have seen those memes. Block my feed when I'm seeing the petitions. But take a moment, go on web, sign them. It is all about hearing our voice about the Second Amendment, guys. More noise will generate better for us. Now, that being said, I would encourage the people who creating those petitions to be a little bit more thoughtful and trim down on them, because if we'll keep spreading 50 at once, nothing is going to happen, because you just spreading out your resources instead of focusing on the one thing and getting one thing done. So don't go crazy, guys. Whoever creates the petitions, don't go crazy. Just look what's going on, and don't drop them at once, like 50 at once. All right. Next, let me cross this out. Milled versus stamped. Oh boy, we keep talking about this. This question keeps coming back like a boomerang, guys. Personally, I do prefer the stamped receiver rifles. It's a less weight to worry about, and someone will just jump and say, "Well, what is the 1 pound or a pound and a half?" Nothing, right? You can have that 1 pound and a half, but now imagine that you carrying already 100 pounds, and someone puts that 1 pound on the top of you, and tell me how you feel. So everything has a breakage point. If you feel comfortable with the extra weight, if it doesn't bothers you, roll out with the milled receivers. I have no problem with it. The on the low side, what I'm saying, it's harder. Generally, it's harder to get accessories for the milled receivers for the AK. So there's not as many choices as for the stamped receivers. Weight we did talk about. And another argument on the positive side for the milled receivers is that the milled receiver basically can withstand beating for 100,000 rounds, and it will be still fine. Where with the stamped receiver, around 80,000-90,000 rounds, you will see cracks. True, that's absolutely was proven over and over again. But please remember, hey guys, drop out from the internet because my connection is going down. So whoever is hugging the internet, drop out from it. Okay. So what I was referring to the milled receivers is that you will have you will have a harder time to accessorize it, and you will have a more weight to deal with it. That being said, the milled receiver will last much longer, and it will basically continue to kick ass past 90,000 rounds. But at that point, if you shot at 100,000 rounds, why you even care, right? Maybe it's time to get the new rifle. All right, guys, I think so that the feedback just died on us, and at this point, I have no no. Basically, I see the picture is not moving. Okay, I will stop the live feed, and sorry for this, guys. We got some technical difficulty. Okay, let me do it one more time. Okay, guys. We are back online. I'm not sure if you're getting it, but I just want to say it looks like there was some difficulties with the YouTube server, because basically I lost the connection, and right now I'm all I'm seeing is that the connection is buffering. So hopefully you will get this message. All I want to say is, guys, thanks for tuning in. We didn't talk about everything what I want to talk about tonight, but that's fine. We'll be back hopefully next week. So stay tuned to next week on Friday night at 7 p.m. Central. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for your support.